The second statement showing amount due from or due to underwriters. The first thing that we record is the number of shares to be subscribed, right? Now what does this mean? What number of shares or how many shares all these three underwriters have agreed to take, that needs to be written in the very first row or very first line of this statement. This is number of shares, okay? Pay attention here. This is number of shares. All the amounts that will come here from now onwards are amounts, okay? I'll just bifurcate this space here and I will say beyond this all amounts are in rupees. Is this clear? Just this we are showing as a separate line. Okay, it's not part of the calculation. It will not be added or subtracted to any of the amounts that we write here. But for our view, you know, like this figure that we got here as the total liability is to be brought down over here. Now what does this mean? What are these amounts? Basically, how many number of shares the underwriters are going to subscribe. Okay, in fact it's better to write here number of shares to be subscribed by underwriters, not by the public. The public has already sent their applications and the application money, but now whatever is remaining, the underwriters are supposed to subscribe to it. Is this clear? So how much will they pay for these shares which they are taking? Let's calculate amount payable at rupees. How much will they pay for all these shares which they have agreed to take? For that, let's look at the question. The question says these shares were issued of rupees or at rupees 10 each at par. So face value is rupees 10 and they were sold also or issued also at rupees 10 at par, correct? So issue price, the price at which these underwriters will take the shares, is rupees 10. In some cases, in some problems, you will be given the application money, right? You know how the whole amount or the whole issue price is always divided like in installments. You have application money, allotment money, first call money, second call money, and so on, right? So in some problems you may be given application money. In that case, only the application money will be considered here. Since in this problem nothing is given to us, the full issue price is shown, we don't know how much is the application price. So we are saying that the full amount is to be payable at rupees 10 per share. So what will you do now? How will you calculate how much they are supposed to pay? 35,000 into 10. Okay, 35,000 into 10, it gives you 3,50,000. Just a minute. Yeah, then we have next one, 20,000 is the number of shares Q is going to take. So if he is taking 20,000 shares at rupees 10, he will pay 2 lakh. Am I right? You're just multiplying their liability with this amount of or the price of the share which is given here. Same way, R, if he is taking 4 lakh or 45,000 shares, he will be paying 4,50,000, 10 rupees, right? So I just added another 0 to this. I'm not showing this calculation separately in the working note, it's not required. You just know that this is to be multiplied with these amounts, 10 into whatever they are total liability. Is this clear? So this is the amount which is payable by the underwriters to the company for taking their shares. Now the underwriters have already taken or they have already agreed to pay or take something called firm underwriting shares, right? There was a compulsory agreement, that is the firm underwriting, under which the underwriters definitely had to take certain amount of shares. So out of these total shares which they were supposed to take minus the amount paid on firm underwriting, okay, or firm applications, we will write again at rupees 10. We are assuming that the full 10 rupees is paid at the time of application. Okay, we don't have any extra information about what is application money and so on. So 10 rupees. So minus these firm application money from the total money which these underwriters are supposed to pay to the company. Now how will you do this? For this you require, now this we have already taken, okay, and on this 10 rupees we calculated. When we are doing firm underwriting, we have to take only the firm underwriting shares. How much are they? 30,000 for P, 20,000 for Q, 10,000 for R, right? And on this we will calculate the amount paid on firm applications. So 30,000, now pay attention here where I am getting the 30,000 from, okay? Firm underwriting 30,000 into 10 is 3 lakhs. Same way 20,000 into 10 is 2 lakh and 10,000 into 10 is 1 lakh, right? So yes, payable at 10 rupees is this much, but they have already taken certain shares which are firm applications. Done? So what is the balance payable? If you minus these firm applications, how much are these underwriters yet to pay to the company? You know, the balance that they are supposed to pay to the company. Minus this and see, you have 50,000. Q doesn't have any more liability. He is not supposed to pay more to the company. He has already taken his firm applications. Okay, he is done. Then for R, the liability or balance payable is 3,50,000. Okay, fine. So far this is the amount, that is the balance payable. Again I will write by underwriters. This by and to is very important. Whether the amount is to be paid to the underwriters or amount is to be received from the underwriters is very important. So balance payable by underwriters to the company is this much. Only 2 underwriters have a liability at this point. Okay. Now, time to calculate what is the underwriting commission that is to be paid to each one of them. Fine. So for that, what should we do? Let's write again less underwriting commission at the rate. So how much is underwriting commission? It was given in the problem that the underwriting commission was fixed at 2%. Okay. If not given, you have to assume 2.5, you know that. So at the rate 2%, let's calculate for P, Q and R. Either you can do it in your working note or directly if you can mentally calculate it very quickly. Fine. We'll do it in the working note. So this is working note number 3. Alright. Underwriting commission. So let's see how much is to be paid to each underwriter. P, Q and R. I gave you the formula for underwriting commission, which is gross liability into issue price into the rate of commission, right, whatever the percentage. So what is the gross liability of each one? Do we have it here? We have it in the problem. Okay, gross liability, let's take from here 6 lakh 30, 2 lakh 10, 2 lakh 10,000. So gross liability is 6 lakh 30, 2 lakh 10,000 and 2 lakh 10,000. Is this clear? Okay, then issue price is what? We know that the shares were sold at par, meaning 10 rupees itself, and there is no discount, there is no premium, so issue price was also 10, and at 2% we are supposed to calculate everybody's commission. Let's see how much it is. 6,30,000 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 2%, right? You have 1,26,000. So the first persons, I won't write it again over there, I'll just directly write it here since we have the answer. 1,26,000. Have you got this? So this same calculation, okay, then Q and R both have the same values, same gross liability, same issue price, same rate, right? So 2,10,000 into 10 and 2%. Multiply by 10, multiply by 2% gives you 42,000. That means both Q and R will get 42,000 as the commission. Is this clear to you all so far? So what are we doing here? We know that underwriters are supposed to pay this much to the company, but company is also supposed to pay to the underwriters, right? Commission is to be paid. So now both owe each other some money. It's like, okay, if I have taken 10,000 from you, but I have also given like I am supposed to pay 10,000 to you, let's say, as a part of a loan. But you are also supposed to pay me, let's say, 15,000, which you had taken some days back. Okay. Now we need to sort of balance it off. We need to write it off, right? We say setting off the expenses between each other. So if I am supposed to pay you 10,000, but you are supposed to pay me 15,000, then we can strike off the 10,000 between us, isn't it? Correct? And you can pay me the remaining 5,000. That means I don't owe you anything anymore, but you have to pay me remaining 5,000. Is that clear? So this is like striking off. Now in this case, let's see, now try to get the balances. We minus underwriting commission. From the first one, 50,000 is what underwriter is supposed to pay company, minus company is supposed to pay this much to the underwriter, 1,26,000. So balance is a negative balance of 76. And what does this mean? Which amount is greater? This commission which company is supposed to pay the underwriter is greater, isn't it? So this 76,000 is amount due to, or we also say paid to underwriters, meaning 76,000 the company should still pay more to the underwriter. How? The commission which the company is supposed to pay the underwriter is 1,26,000. Fine. But underwriter is also supposed to pay some 50,000 to the company. So if you set it off, the balance 76,000 is payable to the underwriter, not from. It is payable to the underwriter. Fine. Even in the second case, 0 minus 42, you will get a negative 42. That means even in the case of Q, he doesn't have to pay the company anything. He doesn't owe the company anything. But company owes him commission. Company has to pay him. 42,000 is due to him. Okay. In the third case, however, 3,50,000 minus 42,000 gives you 3,08,000, which is a positive figure. Now Write the positive figure in the next line. I'll tell you why. Because this has to be titled differently. This is amount due from or received from underwriters, whatever the case may be. We don't know whether it's already paid or not paid, but it is something that we are supposed to either receive from the underwriters or have already received. Is this clear? Why? Look at R's case. R is supposed to pay 3,50,000 to the company, but company owes him only 42,000. That means the balance 3,08,000 he is still supposed to pay to the company. So it is amount which is the company is going to receive from the underwriters. Is this clear to you all? So these are our two statements, and this is the amount that is either due to or due from each of the underwriters, and that answers our second question. Okay, and the settlement of all the dues of the underwriters.